I've had two big aha moments this year that I realized that in some ways, like things needed to be simpler. And that first moment um, was quite specifically with like the very first week. Normally the first week is a time when I, as the teacher, get to know my students and I enjoy that week. There's some nervousness that usually goes along with that, but there's also sort of like a sense of like a new experience, and you get to meet your students and start to get to know them. And that first week, I was really missing that part of a normal school week, or sorry, normal first week of school. And I missed it. And so I was searching for ways to get some way to get to know the kids better in a way that was not quite so big. How about like we take it all the way back to like preschool show and tell. So I asked my students about it, and they were all really interested in it. I had one student that wanted to show a motorcycle that they've been working on, and that was cool. I had a lot of students that brought their pets. Usually you hear about pets from students like in class, but you never get to see them. Or if you do, it's like a picture that they might show you. It was kind of cool to see that. I got the usual dogs, cats, but I also saw lizards, birds, snakes. One student had a chicken kind of sit on top of their head, which seemed odd to me, but it seemed very natural to him. So whatever. And then I also had a student bring a horse, which was by far the coolest and strangest thing I saw that day. The reason that was such an interesting part of that week was that it gave me an opportunity, like the use of technology this way really gave me an opportunity to see students in a setting that I wouldn't normally. Like I was able to see some part of their life that's something that I wouldn't be able to see on a normal day-to-day basis. I would not have expected to see a horse as part of it, but it was cool to see that. I think probably the final thing that I would say as far as like what sort of advice or something I could give to everybody else would basically just be to have patience and understanding. I think that we're all trying new things. We're all figuring things out in different ways, but be patient, be understanding. We can all do this and we will get through all of this, but we'll do it together just like we always do, and we'll make things work. And I think that by having that patience, not only with ourselves and our own ability to do things, but also like with our colleagues and our students is going to be a big thing. And when we have that sort of understanding that we're all figuring these things out together, it kind of makes it all a little bit easier and a little bit better to deal with. So, and then the final one is one that I wouldn't have in a million years thought that I would have learned this year, but I did. And that's the idea that a horse could also be like an indoor animal too. And I can only thank Show and Tell for telling me that, because I would have had no idea. But the fact that I had a horse come to Show and Tell Day helped me realize that it is possible for a horse to be an inside animal as well. I won't get into the whole detail as to what happens when the horse has an accident inside. We'll just leave that to we'll just leave that part out. So thank you.